attitude. A feeling or opinion about something or someone, or a way of behaving that is caused by this. It's often very difficult to change people's attitudes. Attitudes can form through direct experience, social influence, formal education, conditioning processes, and observation. Attitudes will always have a positive and negative element and have a tendency to behave in a certain way toward that person or object. Attitudes are formed primarily based on underlying values and beliefs. We learn attitudes through association and through reward and punishment. For example, children form a respectful attitude towards elders by observing that their parents show respect for elders and are appreciated for it. Attitude formation refers to the process by which an individual develops an attitude towards an object, person, or situation. Attitudes can be formed through various means, including direct contact. Attitudes can be formed through direct experience with the object. Attitudes are thought to have three components: an affective component, feelings, a behavioral component, the effect of the attitude on behavior, and a cognitive component, belief and knowledge. Attitude is our evaluation of a person, an idea, or an object. A positive attitude is habit-forming, and it has an impact on you and people around you. A positive attitude affects you physically. A person with a positive attitude will almost always outperform a person with a negative attitude. What are the four components of attitude? An attitude may be defined as an internal affective orientation explaining an individual's action. Reber 1995. They comprise four components: cognitive, affective, evaluative, and conative. The cognitive component refers to the opinions or schema held about an object. What is the structure of attitudes? An attitude is made up of four interconnected components: cognitions, evaluative responses, behavioral intentions, and behaviors. An attitude is really a summary of an attitude structure, which consists of these interconnected components. What are the factors influencing attitude formation? These are the factors influencing attitude: direct instruction, family, prejudices, personal experience. Thus, attitude change is achieved when individuals experience feelings of uneasiness or guilt due to cognitive dissonance, and actively reduce the dissonance through changing their attitude, beliefs, or behavior relating in order to achieve consistency with the inconsistent cognitions. What are the 5 ways attitudes are formed? What is attitude in psychology? Definition, formation, changes. Attitudes can form through direct experience, social influence, formal education, conditioning processes, and observation. An attitude is a general and long-lasting positive or negative opinion or feeling about a person, object, or problem. Attitudes are developed through direct experiences, social influence, or media exposure. They are built on 3 pillars: emotions, behavior, and cognition. Furthermore, evidence suggests that attitudes develop as a result of psychological needs, motivational foundations, social interactions, social foundations, and genetics, biological foundations, though this last idea is new and controversial. Attitude formation occurs in a person in a variety of ways. The instrumental method is used to shape attitudes. Process of attitude formation. While being punished for having an inappropriate attitude, biases and prejudices are frequently learned in such a manner. Observations of people and the environment can also shape attitudes. Observational attitude formation can be direct, such as observing the behavior of parents or peers, or indirect, observations of media. A variety of factors can influence how and why attitudes form. Here is a closer look at attitude formation. When someone is applauded for adopting a suitable attitude, that process of attitude formation has the following 2 categories. Determinants of attitude formation. Theoretical perspectives. Attitude formation theory. The attitude formation theory explains how a persona's attitude develops and why a person may have a particular attitude, or how that attitude came to exist. Psychology is particularly interested in attitude formation since attitudes frequently direct behavior. The attitude formation theory has 4 theories used most often to describe attitude formation. Social judgment theory. Consistency theory, self-perception theory, functional theory, social judgment theory. This theory of attitude change states that the amount of persuasion is proportional to how far the message's supported stance differs from a persona's attitude. When a communication advocates a position that is neither acceptable nor undesirable, it is most likely to persuade. Consistency theory. According to a subset of social psychology theory, people are primarily driven by maintaining unity or consistency among their cognitions. The consistency theory was initially applied to work behavior by Abraham K. Corman in 1970, after being introduced by Fritz Heider, Leon Festinger, and others. Corman's thesis is founded on two premises: a sense of balance and a self-image norm. According to the hypothesis, workers will engage in and find pleasant actions that enhance their mental balance. They will be motivated to perform in a manner compatible with their self-image. Self-perception theory. According to the self-perception theory, people's attitudes and preferences are determined by how they interpret the significance of their conduct. Critcher and Jelovic investigated whether people make conclusions about their views and preferences based on their mind wandering, an unobservable action. Functional theory. According to the functional attitude theory, FAT, beliefs and attitudes impact various psychological functions. Many processes, such as being utilitarian, useful, social, connected to values, or reducing cognitive dissonance, can be influenced by attitudes. They can be beneficial and assist people in interacting with the world. Smith, Brunner, and White, 1956, and Katz, 1960, created separate and independent typologies of human attitudes regarding the purposes they believed the attitudes fulfilled in the late 1950s, when psychoanalysis and behaviorism ruled supreme as the emphases of psychological studies. Formation of attitude in organizational behavior. Individuals acquire attitudes from various sources, but it is important to note that attitudes are acquired rather than inherited. Our reactions to individuals and situations change throughout time. Direct experience and social learning are two key influences on attitudes. There are three categories in the formation of attitudes in organizational behavior: job satisfaction, job involvement, organizational commitment. Significance of formation of attitude in organizational behavior. Employees who have a positive attitude are better able to make objective decisions. It promotes a healthy thought process, allowing them to make wise and rational decisions. Employees with a positive mindset are more likely to give their best efforts. A positive attitude also impacts how people perceive the world. Once they overcome obstacles